Hey, good morning to you. 746 at iFiber One News Radio. I'm Jeff Slakey, and we are getting ready to have a great conversation, diving in deep. No, wait, that's Port of Call coming up. We're going to see what adventures Dale and Jerry have been up to here.
Dive too deep.
Too deep on this one. Morning, gang.
Good morning, Jeff.
How are y'all doing?
Well, how are you?
I'm good.
All right. Happy summer to you.
It is summer, and it has been busy already. And it's just starting, summer has. Last week, the car show and the Habitat. Let's start last week with that Habitat block party.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It was fun. It was warm. And it was good participation in the event. Lots of good things for the kids. It was for the entire family. So people got not only to see the Habitat store, which we were really trying to profile that in the community, but how you might take some of those items that you might find in the Habitat store and repurpose them or upscale.
Yeah.
And so there were several examples of upscaled materials, like Marty Crow, the executive director there. He had made a coffee table out of a pallet, an old pallet.
Yeah.
We had some challenges with ensuring everybody who was supposed to be there got there, and one of the booths was to actually show how to make things out of used pallets, but that one didn't show up. And then there were different examples of upscaling lamps so that they were more modern, and that was I thought that was really cool. And then different things. One of the things that didn't go well was we had everybody who was working it, all the volunteers, put on a Habitat shirt. Well, unfortunately, they had upscaled T-shirts or clothing that we didn't get to see. I learned that late. But anyway, we had a good event. We've got things that we need to do to improve the event. I believe we're going to try to do another one in Belfair.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, Belfair. I always think I'm saying, Bellevue. No, not that far up. Anyway, the shed and the dollhouse were raffled off. We sold almost all of the tickets.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right, and we had started that early. And it was interesting, you never know with a drawing what's going to happen. But I had sold a ticket late in the day to a gentleman who didn't know about the raffle. And so he bought a ticket for that and for the dollhouse, I believe, and won the shed. And another one that had won the dollhouse she'd put in her ticket way early. So it was interesting. And the bag raffle.
You didn't win anything, by the way.
Yeah.
I didn't get a phone call, so I was assuming that.
So anyway, all in all, it went well for the first time. Plenty of volunteers and games for the kids. I don't know if Kaiser enjoyed the games or not.
Oh, Kaiser had a great time.
Yeah.
He seemed to have had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
We had a great time at that thing.
Yeah, he was enjoying it.
And then the food trucks, they were satisfied with the business that they had got from that. So I think it was a good first try. Always areas for improvement. And, by the way, turn down the sun a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Boy,
Deal with that next time.
That was
hot.
It was warm. The whole,
and we were there.
Now, they had misters out.
That was cool.
And a little bit of a breeze. That was really nice.
Literally
that was really a nice respite for everybody. And it was used a lot. People just stand and get misted for a while and then move on.
Yeah, those were pretty slick.
Pretty popular.
And then we had music, and we were kind of nervous about how that was actually going to turn out for the event because it was an open mic situation, and that turned out really, really well. We had T.J. Mackey.
Yeah.
He's also a volunteer at the Belfair store, and so that was really turned out good.
It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, if it wouldn't have been so hot, I think it would have been perfect, but boy, it was hot. That, and then we kind of danced around there with Spooner selling their berries, and it kind of got a little dangerous because those people coming to Spooner's for berries are like bees to a flower.
Yeah, you gotta just make way.
Get out of the way. Yeah,
get out of the way.
They go through a lot of berries at that little man.
Yeah, Marty says the second shipment comes in about 11.
Yeah.
Because it's long gone.
The first one, yeah.
Well, when we were here in town the other weekend, there was about 7 or 8 people in line. We were still trying to get them out of the van.
Yeah.
I mean, people love them.
Yeah, but they were just as busy as bees in that. So,
what about you? Car show the next day.
The next day, so bright and early, we set up for the car show, the 17th annual. car show benefiting the Mason County Historical Society and Museum. Super attendance in spite of the heat.
Yeah.
And it was over 260 cars registered, somewhere between 260 and 300.
Wow.
And so they were satisfied with that. They thought it was a good turnout. And then you have a lot of associate cars and motorcycles and people that came down and just people that wanted to come see the cars. It was busy downtown. They'd lengthened out the run another extra 2 blocks. They're clear up near 10th Street.
Oh, whoa.
So all the cars were strung out so it wasn't quite as crowded or cozy. And the crowds on the street weren't as compact either. So it had more of a leisurely feel to it, but still the same amount of thousands of people showed up downtown Shelton on a hot Sunday. Very appreciative of that. So it was successful. The car club was happy with that. We were happy. We had a lot of great music. Thank you, Jeff. For,
good. I'm glad that worked out.
How about the merchants? Were they open?
There were some restaurants open.
Yeah.
And they're busy in the morning, not so much during the heat of the afternoon.
Yeah.
There was some pie left, darn it. But I think the board had a meeting yesterday.
Emergency meeting.
Emergency meeting. Got to buy up the rest of these pies.
Try this pie.
Yeah. So so that was down a little bit, but it was the only thing that was down. Everything else was up.
Sure.
So they were pretty happy with that. I think people just didn't want to go into a building on a hot day and.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Well,
hot.
It's kind of hard to keep the ice cream.
Today, the North Mason Chamber is having their monthly luncheon.
Okay.
And it's at the Hub, which people should know about the Hub by now.
Sure.
It was all about the radio show this morning.
Yeah.
And today, Sheriff Casey Salisbury is going to be speaking on diversity and dignity and law enforcement's relationships with the community. This is kind of a repeat from the event that we went to a couple of months ago for his monthly breakfast meeting. So this is just kind of an update for the North Mason folks up there. And so it's a really good program. We encourage you to check it out today. About 11:30, they start socializing, and then program gets going at noon.
Okay, very good.
So that's very cool. And then, of course, the following this weekend is the 4th of July weekend, right?
Yeah. Oh boy, time
And
flies.
you'll be hosting Oyster
Challenge is Monday.
on the Hood Canal,
Thunder on the Canal.
Prelude to the Thunder on the Canal, so it'll be lots of doings at the Alderbrook this weekend.
Yeah. What about you, Jerry? Anything?
Well, I just was wanting to warn people. I also have been doing things at home, and at home I've been trying to downsize. That was really something that I wanted to do for quite some time. My first experience with Craigslist was very positive. The second one, not so much so far.
What happened?
Well,
What's happened?
I
We're
put
still
some
in the throes
stoneware.
of it.
Yeah, I put some stoneware on Craigslist and was communicating via text with this individual who was interested in it. And right in the middle of our texting back and forth, there was an emergency with his sister. His sister their sister had just been diagnosed with prostate cancer.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it was hard for women to get prostate cancer.
Are you? So you're being now probably. Are you asked to help them too? In addition, or
no. But this was just kind of.
It was a flag.
It was a flag that was put out there, but a lot of times with scams, like with telephones, you get the telephone
numbers
call that
changed.
says, "Oh, excuse me, my earpiece isn't working."
One of those.
I lost my phone. I had to get a different phone.
Well, and this is what it did. They lost the phone in the middle of the chaos. Blah blah blah. Oh, by the way, I'm sending you a check for the stoneware is $200, but I'm going to send you a check for $1,250 to cover my hauler.
Okay.
He didn't say shipping, hauler. And I said, okay, yeah. But so send me the check, and after it clears, I'll get back to you, and you can give me the hauler's name and contact information. I won't pack the dishes until they've had a chance to inspect them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Comes back. Anyway, so I get the check.
You actually got a check.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it comes from UPS, and it
Kind
looks
of a
like
shifty-looking check, but it's a check.
Yeah, and the check was like from Redmond, Washington. The address on the envelope was like Minnesota or something like that, and the phone number is a California text number.
Interesting.
Yeah,
and that was a text number only phone. She called the number, and your text only number is busy. You leave a
Text
message.
only.
Yeah, it's a Textel from California. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that I think.
Flags,
a couple flags here and there.
Well, and a lot of flags like that, but one would hope you could kind of track back to who's doing this. So I'm going to, have a discussion with our local law enforcement people.
Show them the check.
Yeah, and
see what we can do. What are our
there's
sources?
Nothing. You haven't sent the stuff back, so you're good there.
Yeah, and the whole thing is how do you stop these guys? My banker that I gave the check, sent a picture of the check to, and I said, hey, check this thing out. Well, there's no way to check it out because there's no phone number on the JP.
Was it JP Morgan or Chase?
Well, I think Chase. It was Chase, but I think they had JP Chase.
Did it have a feel of a regular check?
It looked like a real check, but it was kind of like smooth, like a mimeograph or a
on regular paper versus the
check
water
paper.
The watermark paper. So anyway,
well, at least you didn't send the stuff.
Oh no, I would never do that.
Her account number where she
with the person. So some of the discussion that was kind of interesting in the end was, I got your check. Now give me the name and contact information for the hauler, and they can come pick it up, and I will give them a cashier's check for the freight. Anyway, no, and I says, he says, no, you just deposit it in your ATM. And I said, no, I can't deposit it in the ATM. I'm taking it to the bank. Give me contact information in case they have questions. The response comes back, they can't ask you questions if you're depositing a check.
Oh, my gosh. A lot of flags.
A lot of flags.
A lot of flags. And so
like 6 flags.
So we're not moving forward with this one. Yeah, like 6 flags.
But so in talking with a local banker, because I said, hey, check this check out, blah, blah, blah. She says, this happens more than we know in Shelton. And my whole goal here would be if we could identify one crook, that would be great, and give an example to the public that, hey, you got to look at this stuff really close.
One crook, one possible crime, but likely multiples.
Yeah.
Likely
they just
multiples.
ship these out.
And they do this all day long.
Yeah. And the UPS, I looked at the UPS envelope, and that looks pretty authentic. However, you can go to the post office and pick those right off the wall. You don't pay for them till you send them out.
Yeah.
So, and get a UPS or a USPS account and ship them from home. Print the label, ship, those kind of things. So, it's just too bad we have those types of.
You didn't give me your address or
operations.
anything.
No, just your P.O. box.
The P.O. box, and I said that was the other thing I told them. I'd give them my the address so they could pick it up after I got the information from them and the check cleared.
Well, that's a good segment.
So heads up,
talking
folks.
About safety.